Good morning. You're welcome to Morning Pulse right here on Active Citizens. My name is Sharon Enemchuku and I'm joined in the studio.
I don't know.
I apologize for my voice. I was telling you that
it's your voice.
No, I think it went missing overnight. But good morning, Informal G and
Okay,
Mr. Daniel Sacrament. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning.
How are you doing? How are you doing?
We're very well.
And we also joined via Zoom by Mr. Oladimiji Oluwafemi. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Good morning, Comrade Sacramento. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
How are we doing this morning?
Well, also,
At least your voice is your voice is quite smooth compared to Sharon's voice. They ate your voice.
They did. I agree. All right. So we are going to pray that this is going to go smoothly. But we have two stories. First, Simon Ekpa is locked up for 6 years in Finland for terrorism, tax fraud, and unauthorized legal practice. He is accused of arming separatists and masterminding deadly lockdowns. Meanwhile, back home, the security people are mobilizing, calling INEC's war reward plan fraudulent, discriminatory, and a direct attack on their political survival. Now, those are the two stories we're going to be discussing today. And we're starting with the INEC situation in Warri. So there's this delineation that we are all aware of that happened. And according to that, Ijo got 14. Isekiri just got 5 wards. And they had equal votes in Warri Southwest. And now people are asking, how is this fair? Let me start with you, Mr. Daniel. The Isekiri story and how they shared their words, saying that Ijo got 14 and they got just 5, and they're saying that it's fraudulent and it's not right.
Well, that boils down to what we discussed here earlier this week, we talked about. In fact, since last week we've been talking about INEC. INEC. Everybody keeps crying, INEC, INEC, yes. INEC. INEC. May they get small shame now. This is uncalled for. It's too bad that just one particular body, everybody is complaining. Can't INEC just for once do something right? Can't they just look at the people's will and do the right thing? How can in a place that voting has been, they are now coming out to say that there are some discrepancies in this. It boils down to a panel of inquiry. You sit down and find out where the problem is coming out from. Yes. Whether it's from the people you sent or wherever it's coming out from. Because all these things are apparatus that is being used for rigging elections. That's what they're all doing.
All right.
It's something that they use to do their unified rigging. You understand? So what we're saying in essence is they should look out at the outcry of the people of Ishekiri and do the needful. That's all. Right. And they should help in redeeming their name from all these, from all evil broadcasts and things that are all happening. Let them redeem themselves from it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. But what's your take, Ifoma?
Well, according to them, they said that they have been sidelined and that INEC created ghost polling units, and those polling units kind of won probably in the elections, because I mean, when you create a new polling unit, the numbers will definitely increase. So it didn't actually favor them. And according to them, they had they've been having this issue for a long time now, this issue of being marginalized. And according to them, they said the Supreme Court actually asked INEC to fix this problem that these people have been complaining of for a very long time. But you could see that it fell on deaf ears. INEC, did whatever they want to do, and this group are just let me say, for example, over or about 1 million persons in that community. So they are not even much. They are just asking for justice. They just want everything to be transparent and fair. If there is an election that should be conducted by INEC, it should be fair. It should not favor the other persons because they are small or anything like that. That everything should, there should be a balance. Okay. You understand? So that's basically what they are saying. And they equally came out to say that they want to know who created the ghost polling units, according to them, and not just the those that created it. If those persons are being found or fished out, they want investigation to be conducted. If they are being fished out, that those persons found culpable of those atrocities should be brought to book, that it will serve as a deterrent for others. So that's
all right, Mr. Oladimeji. So the Shekiri youths came out to protest, and they were saying, calling out INEC to, you know, just pay more attention to set up an independent judicial inquiry into the outcome of that particular election. Do you think this will be the way forward for them?
We had a panel of inquiry in 2023. That was the presidential election. See the outcome. So the ordinary people, they have the right to complain. They are Nigerians. They have the right to complain. But why INEC all the time? You see this political realignment that is going on and the collaboration of institutions of government, particularly INEC in this case, is becoming worrisome. Earlier, before midnight, before the early hours of this morning, I had always not been convinced that electoral reforms would be a solution to our problem. Yes. But after I watched Governor Munike Unbracketed with some INEC officials unveiling some reality, I had to change my mind that without electoral reforms, we will not have anything in this country. So the security people are right. They have the right to seek. What is unheard of? That INEC will drop the ball all the time because of, being tool in the realignment, arrangement of some political players. Because, as Fiona said, it is rightly what it is. The realignment, the ghost polling centers are just they are employed to influence electoral results. When we go to vote, and there are just like ghost workers, ask yourself who takes home their pay. That's what is going to happen with this ghost style. Or do you not call them ghost polling booths?
Yes. All right.
There are some rhetoric you shouldn't be having in our political conversation in 2025. Honestly.
Yes.
It's funny.
It is. All right.
Some people outside the country will listen to us and we are talking about ghost polling booths. It's very crazy.
It's quite amusing. But coming to you, Mr. Daniel. So OPC has also condemned INEC's renaming of its security communities and moving polling units. Now, with the fears of engineered demographic manipulation rising, how do you think that they can correct this? Do you see this being corrected in any way?
Definitely they can correct it. It's not cast on stone. They will look at it, look at the complaints of the people of Ishekiri, look inward. And that's why normally you have a symposium where you bring out the whole stakeholders or the people that are involved in the issue. You bring them together and let there be an analysis of how you guys got to where you are, got the polling unit, and look at the areas where they are complaining. Then make amendments. It's not cast on stone. So these
but these amendments, you could see that it's not even now that Supreme Court ordered INEC to look into the matter, but they feigned ignorance. So do you think that now they're actually going to pay more attention, or rather investigate into the matter?
That's exactly if they choose to. You know that the systems are not functioning well in the society. People are no longer afraid not to comply to whatever that's coming from judiciary because people have lost their confidence in it. These are places where you see reality on grounds and they tell you on that technical ground you cover reality. And that's rubbish. And so that is why if it has been functioning, there is no way the highest apex body gives an order or a judgment, and it's not being carried out. It's because there are rascalities everywhere. So people tend not to do whatever. And the Supreme Court does not do anything when their judgment is not being adhered to. They don't do anything. They just give judgment and they go home and sit down.
So in respect to that, I wanted to know, with the shadow of worry crisis, because I mean everything is centered on worry. There's Isekiri people and Urobo and the rest of them. I wanted to know, when ethnic violence displays thousands or hundreds of people, how dangerous is this flare-up? Like this agitation of theirs, how dangerous could it be?
It's a terrible issue. It's not something one should embrace, because Ishekiri and Ijo they had a war so many long years ago, and it was very devastating. It's not something we would want to see a replica of it. This generation does not, but I don't see it turning down to such issue. The only thing we are saying is that what is good for the geese is good for the gander. Let them come together, come to a round table, sort out the differences. If it is INEC that is the problem, let them bring the right figure, put the right polling unit, and separate everything, put things in place, and we move on.
Okay, so I'll move over to you, Mr. Oladimeji. Now, the movement for a separate Warri state was officially proposed in the House of Reps in February 2025. Is this INEC's move igniting stakeholder ambitions? What are your thoughts on this? Mr. Oladimeji, can you hear me?
Can you come again, please?
I said the movement for a separate Warri state. It was officially proposed in the House of Reps in February 2025. Is this INEC's move igniting stakeholder ambitions? I just want to know your take on this.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
I don't think it is. Well, look, people have the right to seek for states. Like, if you come to the West now, the Jebus are seeking for the Jebu state. And it's got nothing to do with the INEC. All right? So it does not necessarily mean that there is a political undertone with the demands of those from that part. But I can say for the House of Rep member who moved that motion, yes. So I wouldn't say for him it is got intentions, Obviously, it is the people who pushed it that we first want to, eat from it. So I'm seeing Okoye pushing for, what's the name of that man, Ned?
Yeah.
Pushing for the creation of the Warri state, perhaps because, he wants to run.
So, yeah.
Become a governor over a state. And he's saying, he's not saying that coming to fruition. If Delta, if Warri remains part of Delta. So that's my stake. I don't see anything politically involved currently.
Okay, I just wanted to thank you so much for that. I wanted to direct the next question to Mr. Sacramento and you too. Now, are we with what is going on with Delta in Delta State? Do you think that we are witnessing electoral engineering, turning ethnic groups against each other, and oil politics weaponizing democracy? What do you think?
Normally, issues like this always crop up in Delta State. Remember when Ibori was there are always factions here and there, the people that thinks they are majority, and it's always the political stuff. You understand? Okowa has done his own. Okowa is the Igbo-speaking side of Delta State. Why Ibori those days, Uduanga, from Warri aspect of, the non-speaking. So normally there is a zoning arrangement in Delta State that, carry everybody along. So I don't see them, it shouldn't be an issue, if not just that some big political stalwarts that are in Delta State are creating these controversies. Because, like Mr. Ladman rightfully said, Ned Nwoko is seriously seeking to be the governor of Delta State. And that was why the present governor had to quickly run and jump ship to APC so that he can stop Ned Nwoko's infiltration, because automatically he becomes the leader of the party in the state. So that's exactly what he did, you know. So I don't see the whole situation being blown out of proportion for now, because they always have a way they come around to, you know, sort out their issues.
Yeah.
There are all the Delta State people, the oil, whatever runs around them. So there is no side that is more favored than the other side. You understand? Yeah. Both the Shekiri, both everybody, they have their own oil things there. The issue is that the people should not allow some selfish politicians to bring issues that are not called for, using INEC to come and destabilize a peaceful region. So all they need to do is to bring the stakeholders, come to a round table, sort out this thing. If it means sharing equally, and do that. Let the best candidate win. There's no need to start, you know, fighting. If you know you want to, so let's see what you have done. Let your results speak for you.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Very well, very well. Mr. Ladimeji, I wanted to come to you. Do you agree with what Mr. Sacramento said concerning this?
Obviously, politicians are always wired like that, you know, and it boils down to greed. Greed of our political players, because I do not see reasons why that, you know, do not have resources unevenly shared. Like Kanu said, all around Delta State, you have oil.
Yes.
No one has got more deposits in the soil than the other.
Yeah.
But for some political players who are so greedy in their ways, they want to be, you know, monotonous. None of their drive. They create this tension deliberately, you know, around the environment, engineering the socio-political arena, so that people can, you know, be concentrated on real rather than seeing the true picture of events in the state.
Okay, thank you so much for your contribution. Just to wrap things up, what do you think is the way forward, apart from the solutions you've provided so far? What do you think is the way forward for this group? I just wanted to get your opinion.
The solution is exactly what we just said. The INEC will come, being unbiased, get the stakeholders from Ishekiri and the Warren faction. They will all sit on a round table. They will all sit down on a round table and sort the whole matter up. That's the only way to prefer solution.
Yes.
That's the only way to prefer solution in the matter. Because you can't treat a patient in isolation.
Yes.
The patient must be present, see the treatment that's been administered to him or her.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you can make things work.
Okay.
Without that, nothing works.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Mr.
you, Mr.
Ladimeji,
Daniel.
do you have any other thing to add to what Mr. Sacramento said?
I just want to admonish Nigerians, particularly those from the Delta, that they should take a cue from an acute the current events in Rivers State and not let some elements, you know, on their state to a party.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much for your contribution. All right,
moving to the next story. So this is rather interesting, and it has been trending for a while now. Simon Ekpa has been jailed in Finland for 6 years for terrorism in Nigeria. So this story has garnered a lot of attention, and I just want us to briefly touch on it. Now, my question is, before I let Ms. Ifoma take up the entirety of the questions, but my first question now is, how did a Finnish court build a case that is strong enough to jail Simon Ekpa for 6 years for terrorism, tax fraud, and all of that without a license? Let me start with you, Mr. Daniel.
Well, Simon Ekpa's case has been a very touchy one, and it's been on until Nigerian government decided to act to petition the authorities in Finland to tell them that this guy is seriously destroying a particular region, that is the southeast region. And that is a proceed of the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu. And this is where all
that was where it started.
The whole thing started from. And the truth about it is that in as much as there is Simon Ekpa has been jailed, but the issue is, in a sensible government, what I think they should be looking at is what are the agitations of these people, and how to fix those agitations should be the paramount thing to do.
Okay.
Yes, in as much as Simon Ekpa went the wrong way, having some offshoots of people who derailed and started, destabilizing the region. The way the white men behave is not the way we do things. When you lay a complaint, they investigate, they follow the person up. It might take them 10 years to conclude their investigation. It might take them 20 years to conclude their investigation on a particular thing. And they will make sure they have substantive evidences that will be used to nail you, and it will be very visible. He was making a lot of incitements. He was on podcasts and every now and then. There are some incitements here and there. And that was how the sit-at-home started. One of the issues we have about the sit-at-home is that the Southeast region, has been seriously punctured, in the sense that when you asking your people to sit at home, you are not just only killing their businesses.
Yes.
You are destroying the economy of that region.
Yes.
And that is the truth. Now, you're crying about marginalization of the Southeast, because this is the process of it.
Yes.
Because we are not running an all-inclusive government. Now, if you keep your people at home, the people that are the masterminder of the marginalization, it doesn't concern them.
All right.
There are two questions they are going to ask. What is that economy that comes from your region? One. And how much vote do you people contribute when it comes to voting? These are things they look at. And when they say there is no significant value we add, they think we add. But you cannot rule Southeast out of the whole world.
Yeah.
Just yesterday, more than 5 of our medical doctors were called into a committee to look into something in the United States. More than 5 from the southeastern place. It's all over the news.
Amazing.
You understand? So the truth about it is that people were crying marginalization. I was thinking that they will always sit down and listen.
All right.
Our own aspect is quite different from the terrorism, which that one is business. This particular side in the southeast, we have there's one voice, and the voice is that we don't feel included. So what they needed to do is to sit down and say, okay, we've had this cry. We are going to do this. Throw the thing on the table. Let's do this and do the right thing.
All right, thank you so much for that. So I will be coming to you, Mr. Oladimeji. Now, the court claimed that Simon Ekpa supplied weapons, explosives, and ammunition to separatist groups and incited terrorism from Finland. Does this expose Nigerians' own gaps in intelligence or justice system? I mean, what could you say? What can you say about the justice system there in Finland and the justice system here in Nigeria?
If you're asking me to compare street with death.
The difference is
in Finland, like Kanu said, like other thin clients, they investigate matters unbiasedly without care for whose horse is God. Simon Ekpa, demonized himself and rightly he called for exorcism. He's responsible for the whole, and I don't know which of the political players he signed on to cause this destabilization from that region. But I know that this is not in isolation. It is politically motivated. Very much politically motivated, destabilize the region, create, as many apathy, electoral apathy as you can during elections. That's where it started from. From onset, what do they call it now? Conflict mentioned that everybody is being segregated against. Like, only what's that word again? You just keep me now. Every region is being segregated against, every region is being abused in its own right. And the same, the Southeast. But you see, when you are dealing with politicians like ours, you must be very scientific and careful in dealing with them so that you don't give them the pass to come at you. And that's what ours is working on that. Yeah, I don't know. But you don't give room for politicians to nail you down on terrorism. It's a wild and broad allegation that anything can come under.
Yes.
So when they wrote Finland, ordinarily I expected that they do what we call the expedite. That they can come home and
the justice will be meted on him here.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know why he's being jailed in a country where he did not perpetrate the crime.
Okay, so I wanted to ask this question because a lot of persons have come out in the social media platforms to say that this man styled himself as the Prime Minister of Biafra, and he championed the sit-at-home order, which led to about 700 deaths and a lot of business losses. So I wanted to know, if Finland has the grounds to treat this as terrorism.
It's a terrorist act because one, I want to let us know is that when you declare a parallel government, it's an act of treason. It's a treason offense.
Yes.
And it's under criminality, criminal law.
Yeah.
And he has been in Finland controlling the affairs here. So definitely his sin is two. You are in a particular country, creating mayhem in another place.
Yeah.
So they had to act. And remember, why Finland acted is that he is a citizen of Finland.
It's also part of the politics there.
So that is the reason why he's been tried there. And I want to say, it is also good that he didn't come back here.
It would have been worse.
It would have been terrible.
Because I mean, Nnamdi
Kanu's own, we have
we
not
don't
finished,
even know the way forward.
we've not finished from it, which we are still soliciting for him to be released unconditionally, like the way Sunday Ogbo or something from the West is moving. Both of them, two of them, they committed almost the same kind of offense, if they think there was.
Yes.
But Nnamdi Kanu left the shores because after he was granted bail and was supposed to come back, there was a military invasion in his place, hometown. So he had to flee. And during the course of that, he lost his father. So his own case is quite different. But what we're all saying is that we must always come to a round table. Let's sort these things out and move on.
So he doesn't linger.
So he doesn't linger. If we have to move towards region, let's move on.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Mr. Oladimeji, I just want to ask you this question, and you tie it with the question I asked previously. So, there are a lot of supporters of this Simon Ekpa. Some persons are saying that this 6 years imprisonment is actually unfair to him because, I mean, apart from the allegations labeled against him that he still did some, good works here in the Southeast, I really want to know if this 6 years imprisonment is actually politically motivated, or what are your take?
Well, I don't think that there is any hand in the sentence he got. However, I think the 6 years is not commensurate with prisoners' offense. Prison is a capital of the penal code, and you should get more than 6 for it. But my concern majorly is, regardless of either Nnamdi Kanu is still, Nnamdi Kanu is still incarcerated, I think that the Nigerian government messed up with letting that sentence be pronounced in a foreign land. Some Ekpa is first in Nigeria before it finished died. So, and the crime he committed is here, back home. Businesses lost, lives lost. We can't return them. The lives. So he should answer for the crime here, and I do not think that 6 years is sufficient enough for that crime, though.
Okay.
However, I have some Igbo friends who are saying they are not all right with that 6 years. It should be more. All right. So coming back to the earliest question you asked, it's an act of terrorism, outrightly. When you declare yourself as a prime minister of a region, it means, by interpretation, you are segregating that region from Nigeria, the host nation. It's the nation that the region is part of, and the government of that nation will not see it any other way than felony.
Okay, thank you so much for your contribution, Mr. Sacramento and Mr. Oladimeji. But last one, with the punishment, the judgment by the Finland dissident, I wanted to know if this will actually teach Nigerians lessons on how they should enforce laws and also kind of make justice on the places that justice is supposed to be upheld. I just want to get do you think...
We don't learn, no.
We might learn this time.
No, we don't learn. We don't learn. Listen, we don't learn from other people's error. The government don't.
Okay.
We always want that thing to happen first. So it doesn't, let me tell you. The truth about it is that, see, we need to come under one umbrella. People, good citizens, active ones, had to come together and part a chat way if this country must continue. Because the way things are going on is terrible. That's the truth. We have to sit down and, when you see things that are happening daily, the judiciary system is not functioning. We just talked about INEC. In fact, we have been talking about INEC since more than going to 1 month. It's not functioning. The security system has issue. Just 2 days ago, a military guy was caught that was giving ammunition to the same terrorist people that they are fighting. So, if you go a closer look to the military guy, maybe he might be one of those people that the Boko Haram people that was reintegrated because yes, that's the truth. So if these kind of things keep happening, we're not learning. Look at this young man. Just that we wrote a letter. He was investigated. And they brought everything he has been doing. In fact, when they even showed all his podcasts, he said he's a content creator.
Yes.
Do you understand? Now, let's look beyond maybe the mayhem that he might have caused. What are they talking about? How do we fix it? I think that is how you foster unity in the country.
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Oladimeji, what are your thoughts on this before we wrap things up?
I think that before we look at this surface event, because there's no smoke with fire. The response from Ekpa, the response from Nnamdi Kanu are coming from a genuine place, even though their methods are off.
Yeah, correct.
But the truth is that there is marginalization of regions, particularly the Southeast region. And if we speak to equity, justice, and fairness, I think we should do the right thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Ordinarily, doing the right thing will stem some security issues. Let me cast it look, Somebody said all of our sectors, all of our institutions are completely down. That is not the lie. Look at the Ministry of Welfare that's responsible for 133 Nigerians that are in multidimensional poverty. That woman mistakenly sent 44 billion naira to her own account. Money meant for the poor.
Yes.
Come to security. We see every day how the architecture is compromised even by the personnel within the architect. And not just simple personnel, top echelon in the outfit are compromising the security architecture. Come to economy. All of the multinationals, they have left. We continue to incite in our GDP, in our FDI, in our HDI. Come to INEC, completely a no-brainer to discuss because you want to bring shelves. Let's come to judiciary. Kekere Ekpa is under ban from traveling to the United States, and she's the CJN.
Yes.
So we are not actually running a country.
We're not.
We are running a right environment.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's shameful.
And it is painful.
All right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oladimiji and Mr. Daniel and Ifoma. It was such an insightful conversation, and I hope that Nigerian can learn their lessons and we can change the mind of Mr. Daniel Sacramento, that we actually learn from other people before it happens to us. But thank you again to our VIP viewers and to you, Mr. Oladimiji, for joining. Remember that the comment section is yours. Drop your comments in the comments. Follow us across all social media platforms at Active Citizens. You can find me on my social media handle at Sharon Nmchuku, and you, Ifoma.
You can find me on Facebook at Oji Sophia and on Instagram at Miss Alex.
Mr. Oladimiji.
I'm always on X. My Mr. Oladimiji.
All right.
Yeah.
And you can always find Mr. Daniel
In the studio.
Till we see you this evening, do have a good morning.